Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
So, me and Sanjeev are here. We wanted to present our cybersecurity firm. It's called Cybersecurity Fancy Pants. And we are in the business of securing the cyberspace.
Yes.
So, Ms. Patralekhaa, we've seen your movies. We loved it. And we want to make sure, Sanjeev and I, that nobody else can see it without your permission. So how would you like a cybersecurity personal expert by your side who helps you?
Listen, I would love that, and I have it right now, sitting by my side. So I'm fully protected, more aware about things happening, and thank you.
So Patralekhaa, you'd remember there are a lot of stories about hackers stealing work of artists like yours and then releasing them before their actual release or pirating them, taking them out. Now, we are here to protect you from that. That's not going to happen on our watch in Cyber Fancy Pants. Think of us as our digital bodyguard. You think you're ready to stop those pesky cyber paparazzis who steal this data and then maybe just roll them out on the dark web? Are you aware of dark web? Do you know what to do to protect yourself?
I guess we all are aware of dark web in this room. I will talk only on behalf of my industry. I feel like a film or a show is made with a lot of hard work. You know, there are multiple stages, multiple people, multiple means in hundreds. People are working towards that one aim of making a good film or a great show. So the moment, you know, there's a lapse in security, your end product before the release is out there on a platform, on an unpaid platform, it's a lot of loss, financial loss, loss of effort, and you finally want the end product to be seen and garnering you profits. But the moment it's on the dark web, there you go.
Are you aware of how many threats are targeting these celebrities? I'm sure it's more than the number of retakes you ever take in a movie, right?
What do you mean? I don't do more than 2-3 retakes.
Oh,
so are you saying that that's...
So then, absolutely right, then you need protection 24/7 because the threats out there are innumerable.
That's true, I agree. And I'm not aware of the number, but I'm sure it must be like how many in a day?
A few million.
A few million. Of course we need protection, and that's why we have people like you guarding us. And I feel much more secured actually after meeting you guys this morning. Thank you.
Thank you. So we do it all, from securing your social media to saving you from fake accounts, right? And we do it faster than your next movie release, right? We're pretty fast that way. We've got you covered. So, but what do you think is your biggest cybersecurity risk? And I promise no scene cuts here.
No, see, what I foresee is my film's coming out called Phule. And there's a show on Amazon that's going to be out there sometimes early next year. And I really sometimes feel like I hope, you know, it's somehow not leaked from the edit room or it's up there on the web. Of course, they are password locked, but you never know, you know. What if it gets leaked and it's just out there? Yeah.
So thank you very much. So do you think Sanjeev and I have been able to convince you to hire cybersecurity fancy pants as your next?
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
We got our first customer.
All right. Thank you so much, gentlemen, from Sanjeev and Jacxine Cybersecurity Company. It was a pleasure to have you. Well, that was an interesting session, but before we start a deep dive into Bollywood, into what Patralekhaa thinks about a lot of stuff in and around Bollywood, movies, web series, and much more, can you all please show me a little energy, please? All right, we have already started with that. All right, can you all please show me some energy? Let's show her. We are a great audience. Thank you so much. Here we are at the ETCISO Annual Conclave 2024. And let's start. Patralekhaa, you have done brilliantly well in IC814. How many have you seen IC814? A lot, many people, right? All right, everyone. So can you please tell us your experience about this movie, starting from shooting and even before, when you got the script?
So you know this script, actually firstly I want to say I'm really happy to be amongst you guys. I mean, I really feel protected because half of the time we don't know what's going on, you know. And we as people in front of the camera, we are just out there. You know, and this morning we have been speaking to these guys and we understanding that at how many places things can get really bad. So thank you everyone for protecting us. Coming back to my latest show, which is on Netflix, and thank you for watching it. My journey started with, you know, I'm a big admirer of my director Anubhav Sinha, and I've been following his work, and I did approach him at multiple times, but things didn't work out. Then I got to know that he's making this show, so I call him up and I'm like, hello sir, mujhe aake aapse milna hai. And sir is like, acha acha. So I go to him and I'm like, you're making the show and you have to take me. And he was at the writing stage then, and he's like, listen, you know, I'm still writing it, I don't know if there's anything for you. So for 6 months, I kept following up every month. Like I used to call him up and I would be like, sir, kuch likha kya, kuch hai kya? So for 6 months I did that. I'm sure he must have got really annoyed with me. After he was done with the show, he called me up and he's like, tu pad le aur tu dekh kaisa lagta hai. You know, before I could even start reading it, it was a 200-page script. I knew I was doing it because I really believe an actor is as good as the maker, the director of the show or the film, and he's such a great maker. So I knew that somehow my work will be seen, and I'm not wrong. So once I started reading the script, I couldn't stop because it was such a page turner. And of course, I knew about the Kandahar hijack. We had all seen it on TV, and I knew what was the end. But the way it was written, it was so gritty, so impactful. I finished it in 2 days.
All right, wonderful. But you know, we all have seen IC814, and there was a scene where you didn't know whether your father was alive or not, right? Was it traumatic? Are such scenes or movies traumatic to you? How do you feel about it after you end your shooting? Are you still in that zone, or how do you do that?
You know, when I was just starting off my career, I went to this workshop, and my teacher in the workshop was Gitanjali Kulkarni. She's a very, very great actor in the acting circuit and the theater circuit. So she had told us, bunch of us, that, you know, an actor has a invisible tokri. You know what is a tokri? Like a basket. And as life goes on, you pick up your experiences and put it in that tokri. And while you're shooting, you take out those experiences and make it your own again while performing the scene. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. When it comes to this scene, it is very personal. I had lost my dad, and of course, I'm sure in this room, everybody's lost a loved one. And it is the most difficult thing in your life. So I just took that out from my invisible tokri and I tried to put it in that situation. Was it traumatic? Of course, yes. These experiences are traumatic, and when you relive them, they bring back those memories. So it was traumatic.
All right, you have always done such challenging roles that mostly defy the typical Bollywood mold,
Yeah.
right? Has it there a situation, like anytime there has been a situation where you felt pressure to kind of conform to the industry standards or industry expectations for that matter?
Yes, there has been, and I did try to, because when you're younger, you don't know what you want. These questions in your 20s are a little difficult because you're just trying to hustle through the industry, hustle in a new city, trying to make a living, trying to earn that money to support yourself, to support your life. I have been lucky. I did get my first break when I was in, I think, 24. That's when I first did my first film. And then I got a lot of love from, the industry, the media. I got a lot of best debut awards. But actually, it didn't line up to a single piece of work. I didn't get offers for almost like 6-7 months, and everybody thought that, I am of a certain type. They did box me up in certain kind of roles. And when you're 24, you just want to break that mold, and you're like, no, you can't see me that way because I'm more than that. And I did end up doing a couple of other films that kind of put me in a different box. But life teaches you many things, and that's when I realized that, I cannot be put in a box, and I don't want to see how people see me. I don't want to do things what they think is correct, because my journey is very different. And honestly, I didn't enjoy doing those films because they were not an extension of me. And I take a lot from my professional life. An actor really takes a lot from their professional life back home. And I was miserable, I was unhappy. And that's when I decided I'm only going to do work that resonates with me, because it's directly professional to, directly proportional to my happiness. And it did take me a couple of years to understand that, but when I did, I think my journey became better. I was more comfortable in front of the screen. I was working with makers, producers that wanted to support my talent, and I feel like that just brings out the best in you.
All right, you have done such characters. I'm sure you all must have, or most of you must have seen City Lights. That was your debut movie. Then Love Games came in, a lot more movies. Wild Wild Punjab is a recent one, IC814, and many projects are coming in. Any of these characters, you've played so many characters that have multiple layers of emotions. What impact do they have in your real life? Or is there any one character that impacted you, that might have changed your perspective on how you look yourself or the world around you?
So I'm going to talk about my recent 2 releases. Both are on Netflix. One is Wild Wild Punjab and one is IC814. Both are very diverse. They are 2 ends of the spectrum. Wild Wild Punjab is a younger, more fun film. And IC81 has layers, and it's about the hijack. And I'll talk about 2 different situations. So Wild Wild Punjab, when I was shooting for it, I just thought that it was fun, and I was going out there shooting stuff that was just an extension to who I was. And I also noticed that when I came back to the hotel room, I was happier. I didn't bring back the day's grimness back home. Because an actor does that, because you just can't switch off from work. And I was amongst friends, shooting with friends. So Wild Wild Punjab was a joyride. And cut to, I go on a shooting for IC814, which was grimmer, which was darker. And we were shooting in an enclosed space. So what happens, there are hundreds of junior artists, they are technicians, they are ADs. So the space was very enclosed. We were shooting for something which was very traumatic, you know, a situation of hijack. And as an actor, I do bring back the days, I'm sure most of you all do bring back your days, grimness and what do you call, back home. And when I used to get back home from work while I was shooting for IC814, I just felt like really tired, and I just felt really unhappy, claustrophobic. And by the end of it, I remember we all had very high temperature because we all were shooting during the rains, and somebody must have got a viral in the flight while we were shooting. And I remember my director had 102 fever. I was shooting with 101 fever. And it was just a really painful experience because it's very strange, but what you're shooting actually seeps into your personal life very strangely. And so yeah, these have been my experiences of two different films and shows from two different genre altogether.
All right, you know, over the years, we are seeing that Bollywood is now shifting towards more women-led stories or female-centric stories. What do you have to say about this shift, and what kind of roles are you imagining in future when it comes to women-led and female-centric stories?
So I feel like our directors and writers are writing more female-centered stories, more female-empowered stories. Now women are just not conformed to being a mother or just dancing around trees. They are more dimensional and not unidimensional. And I feel like because the men and the women writing these stories are more empowered, they see us more than just being a beautiful face. And that's how I think it's just getting written, and that's how the studios are approving of it. And I feel the audiences also like to see women who are more empowered. How it's changing back, again, I'm going back 10 years back when I started my journey. There were hardly roles that were being written for me, or even like thinking, okay, if she doesn't want to do the usual dance, where can we put her? Which was just not happening. Then came the boom of OTT in 2019, 2020, and I just feel like I was getting so many offers which had such substantial parts, you know. And that's when I felt the shift. I've done multiple stuff that my character has a very powerful impact on the story. I have Savitribai Phule's biopic coming up early next year. There's a show on Amazon that's going to be up again next year, which has such a strong presence of a woman. And I feel like people are open to watching more woman-oriented stuff, and our writers are writing those stuff.
Yeah, inshallah, to that. And you know, they all are the audiences, cybersecurity experts and CISOs and experts in their own fields. And you as an actor often might face, you know, your compromised private life. Yeah. There might be a lot of privacy concerns. So what do you want to tell us about that? Any incident, or what do you feel? What do you want to tell our audiences so that we can, from this question, start with a little rapid fire round?
You know, I'm just going to say, I'm going to share a couple of experiences. Like day before night, I got a message from a woman working in the film industry. She's a very integral part of the industry. And she sent me a message, listen, I need help. And when I saw that message, it just seemed very unlike her to message me that. And then the next morning, I called up another friend, and she was like, oh, hey, I got the same message from her. And then we figured out that, you know, she was talking to somebody on the phone, and the person that she was talking to said, hey, listen, I sent you an OTP by mistake. I was about to send it to somebody else, but I sent it to you. Can you just send it back to me? And this person that I know thought, oh, she must be telling the truth, and send the OTP. Her phone got I think they screened her phone, and that's how they sent that message to all of us asking for financial help. So that was as close to as what happened day before yesterday. The other thing that is my concern is we keep putting our photos on real time, right, on our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and I feel like it's a scary thing because there are times when I and Raja are on a holiday initially, and we used to put up photos, and there would be random people coming up to us and saying, hey, we saw your photo and we knew you were at this place, and we have been around this place since a couple of hours. And then we were like, oh, hey, that's scary, and our security is getting compromised. So that was something that we learned, and we never put up photos in real time again.
All right, I think we have our cybersecurity superheroes to talk to us more about it. But moving on to the rapid fire question, we'll be rapid. The time is up. We'll be rapid and we'll be fun, I'm sure. The first question to you, Patralekhaa, what is that unusual or quirky talent that you have that many of us might not know and your fans would want to know?
See, it's not a quirky talent, but I'm a dancer. I'm a Bharatanatyam dancer. And I don't think so many people know that.
All right. Then if you were to make a Bollywood directorial debut, what kind of movie will you make? Will it be a rom-com, a thriller, or something extremely unexpected?
Actually, it'll be about 2-3 girls. It will be a coming-of-age movie about them.
All right. Reels or memes?
Memes are funny, no? I like memes always.
Reels or memes, guys? Memes.
Me too.
All right. Demure or outgoing?
Sorry, come again?
Demure or outgoing?
Outgoing.
All right. Then which is your favorite Patralekhaa movie?
I think IC814 because it's just come out and I want all of you guys to watch it who hasn't watched it.
And which is your favorite Rajkumar's movie?
Too difficult. He's got so many movies that are my favorites. But yes, 3-2 is right out there. It's playing in the theaters next to you. And it's earned a lot of money. So if you haven't watched it, please do watch it.
Which is your favorite Rajkumar's movie? 3-2. All right. On that note, thank you so much, Patralekhaa, for being with us today and having this wonderful conversation.
It was really lovely being here amongst you guys. Thank you guys for what you do. Thank you for protecting us. And thank you for having me over. Have a good day, guys.
Thank you all.